sadly, True Bar's out of coffee. Not. Because I would have found someplace else to go. No, it's on the way. Which is good because it's not going to sit and be hot and all that. So, I mean, hot. I want it hot. Sit and be cold. I'm freaking hot. It is supposedly only 103 today. I think it's a little hotter than that. Yesterday was freaking 111. It was gross. Absolutely gross. But coffee is on the way. Let me get some hellos as we stare at this empty table. Janice, Jim, Mary, Bill, Val-Marie, Maria Ann kicking off Super Chat / parking activities with the 10. Thank you very much. Let's keep going. Is anyone else? Come on. There's got to be more than 3 people out there. Put your name in there. I want to say hello to you. What kind of host would I be? Sony. Alright, now everyone's popping in. Alright, good. Let me look at... you know what? At the end of it, I gotta look at top fans. Not that it's a competition, but I'm supposed to... There's no way to shut off that top fans functionality. You know, who's number 1, who's number 2. I think it's kind of like cringe, but it is what it is. How you doing, Bert? Let me get over to all... Oh, there we go. Perfect. That is a work of art, my friend. Thank you.
Enjoy.
Perfection has been achieved. Alright, wait, we gotta get symmetry. We need symmetry. Scimitars? No, symmetry. Ooh, that looks like ink. That's gonna make me very happy. Oh yeah. Alright. Bam. It's not steam, but it is hot. Okay. The ladies aren't here today. I haven't seen... Haley's not here. Jasmine's not here. Mercedes is not here. I haven't seen one female barista. Maybe everyone's on vacation or something. I don't know. Taking all sorts of personal days. Alright, what you know what? Because I've had like no carbs whatsoever today. I'm gonna treat myself to a sugar in the raw. I'm gonna raw dog it in the raw. I'm gonna treat myself to one of those just for fun. Alright, calm down, guys. Vegas is not ready for us. And I'll hit it up with maybe 2 of this, whatever the hell that shit is. We got stuff to talk about today. You know, I gotta do like a oh shit. What the hell? How'd that get in there? Gross. I'm not gonna be drinking some ink. I saw the most odd post. It was I don't know if it was a troll account or a spam account. It was like, looked like, you know, they scraped a model picture and they were just like, you know, farming for comments, but some supposed chick, I don't think it was, posted in X. They said, it's the stupidest thing to cook for yourself because you're going to spend 50 hours trying to save $50. I'm like, where the actual F do you eat, you know? Where are you eating that you can only save $50 cooking for yourself? Because I probably save $1,000 a month, maybe $50 a day. But if you eat out all your meals, even if you're just like, you know, at the bare minimum, what are you spending? $50 a day? At the bare minimum? I'd have to say, so that's $1,500 a month. I don't eat. I couldn't spend $1,500 on food. And if I cook an hour a day, that'd be a lot. But I'm multitasking. I got my freaking AirPods in. I'm doing phone calls. I'm doing stuff. Or I'm listening to freaking Christmas music or something. I'm not spending 50 hours a week. I'm spending, okay, a month, let's say. So a month I'm spending 30 hours and saving my average. Since I went carnivore, I'm saving a lot of money. I used to spend, with the cost of what groceries are, I was spending between $600 and $700, you know. That's a lot. I mean, I wasn't buying like, you know, great value shit, but I wasn't buying, you know, designer stuff either. But now I'm down in the high 4s maybe. Well, the price of everything, despite what, you know, oh my god, you voted for this, eggs still cost $1 million. No, they don't. I bought a 60-pack of eggs for frickin' $18.99. 5 dozen for $18.99. Someone do the math on that. Still not as Still not great, but at its high, they were $45 for that same box of eggs. So, yeah, it has come down. Anyway, so I'm spending max, and this would include, shit for around the house. Toilet bowl cleaner, cleanser, shampoo when I need it. Things like that are also, I include the sundries in my personal expenses for, like, I consider that in the grocery category because I usually get it from the same place I get groceries and whatever. So yeah, I'm at $500. So I'm saving, it's costing me 30 hours of my life to save $1,000. I can deal with that. So basically I'm paying myself $33 an hour to cook. If we want to do the math on it. So I thought that was freaking absolutely preposterous. You're doing 50 hours to save $50. Yeah, okay. Nice troll. Anyway, we're gonna drink some coffee. You just got 26 for $10. Yeah, that's good. I like that. $5 for a baker's dozen. Sweet. Alright, let's get this camera angulized. Bam! I just got hit with a commercial. I haven't looked at chat activities. Bam! Alright, one more. Bam! Come on. Come on, turn. It's your turn to turn. Alright, there we go. The turn. What's going on, everyone? Alright, I'll catch up on chat as soon as this guy's ugly mug is off my screen. No, he's not that ugly. It's rugged looking. Rugged looking's good. Let me fire this back up. I gotta get some coffee in me. Chris K with the 5 for the coffee. Thank you very much. I appreciate you buying me my first cup of coffee. That's cool. Alright. Oh. Duh. But it does look cool. I'll just pretend I did that on purpose. I don't know why it was dark in here. Alright. Let's catch up back on things. Mary Leathers gifting 5 memberships. That is sick. Who got one? Let's see who got one. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Monroe Street Players, Pepino, Allen, Charlie M, and Steve H. That is freaking awesome. Alright, let me get back to some hellos. Paramount, Charlie M, Justin, Tom Lars. I gotta do all the hellos. Are we ganking? This phone's ganked for some reason. I said Sony, you're gonna get the twofer. What's up, Brother Century, Venus and Jim, Alan Pepino, my Down to the Wire. Yeah, you're gonna enjoy that book. I didn't get to read any more of it, but I did complete chapter 4. It's intense. It's intense. Like I said, it's more, you get the gist of what the book is all about. And I want to do a video on it when I actually finish the book. That way I'm not talking out my butt. But at the same time, it's business related. It's motivational. Not that I believe that motivation. You know what the sign of a successful person is? Maybe I'm going to put this a little closer because someone said they had a hard time hearing me because I like to keep it over there. The sign of it, like, motivation is cool. I love motivation. I love motivating people. If I serve as any form of motivation to anyone, I'm happy. I take that as a compliment. If I motivate anyone to do anything over the course of my life, I take that as a grand compliment. That someone took the time to be like, wow, you could do what I could do, whatever. However, motivation, what separates the men from the boys and the girls from the ladies when it comes to life and discipline is when you're not motivated to do something, but you do it anyway. Like, oh, I'm motivated to go to the gym because I lost a pound yesterday. I'm really motivated to go to the gym. I'm really motivated to go to the gym. Yeah, okay, that's good. That's a good thing. But on the days you're like, really don't feel like going to the gym. Star Trek Beyond just came on. That's a good one. Maybe I'll just... That's what separates the men from the boys, the ladies from the girls. Because when you're not motivated and you still do it, that's when you know you're onto something. Always think about that. Always try to find that. I am not motivated whatsoever to do this. I have no motivation to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. That is the essence of discipline. And that's when you see massive, massive changes in your life. And going back to the book, Down to the Wire, Rich Galgano, bestseller on Amazon, top 10 USA Today, USA, but that's what it's about, you know? The reason why I'm coughing, I figured it out. Besides the fact that we're all breathing in aluminum, because they're still spraying the skies even though they're not supposed to anymore. It's because I haven't drank any coffee yet. So, oh shit, I'm making a dang mess. I got spare napkins over here. Got any on me? I had a white shirt on. Well, no. Remember that day I wore a baby blue shirt, though, like you do. It had to be like 2 weeks ago. And I had coffee all down the front of it. And I was walking through the casino and talking to people and all this shit. I got home, I was like embarrassed. I was like, ugh. I'm walking around with friggin' coffee stains all over myself. Anyway. These are hard mugs to drink from because I don't know if you can get a perspective on it from there, but the rim, they're great mugs, don't get me wrong. They hold heat, which is good, but they're like this thick. The actual thickness of the cup is, it's over 1/4 inch. It's like it's like 5/16 to 1/8 to 3/8. If you're good with numbers and shit. Yeah, so it's kind of weird to, it causes faux pas. Let me just put it that way. Anyway, where was I? Enough of that. I gotta finish saying hellos to people. That's the fun part. Sammy, what's going on? What's your order at Buffets? I saw that right off the bat, Sammy. Alright, my order at Buffets is, I get the center cut prime rib. Chicago style center cut prime rib. They don't spec that out on the menu. You gotta ask for it, but it's the same as the prime rib. It's like, you know, same as everyone. Well, it's actually probably cheaper than everyone else, like $74 or whatever. As sides, if I feel like getting a little carb activity going on, get the elote, the corn, the hot corn, that's good. What I love personally, I mean, I don't care. I don't know what's on my shirt. I don't know. Oh, raw. It says raw steak. That's what it says. It's freaking raw dog in it. I like Brussels sprouts anyway, but their Brussels sprouts, if you're not a Brussels sprout fan, you will like, I will pretty much, unless you like something weirds you out about the texture or the looking at Brussels sprouts because you had trauma as a kid or something, they're freaking delicious. They're soaked in honey and it's like vegetable candy. It's friggin' delicious, but it's savory too because it's got the balsamic and they cover it with some Parmigiano. You know, it's good. It's good. And the other one that I like is they got good asparagus. They have very good asparagus. I'm not a huge asparagus person either. However, they take the time to peel them. They get out the peeler and they peel the freaking chewy string bullshit off them. And the way they just soak them in butter and olive oil and more Parmesan and maybe some Reggiano in there. Good. The other thing I would ask for that's not on the menu, you know, they'll bring out bread, obviously, but if you ask them for, they make homemade potato chips. And they bring them out in a, you know, like a cylinder with the paper that goes like this, and it's enough for like 2 people to munch on. But they literally make them fresh. They take on what they call it, mandolin with the potato, chunk, 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 down into little slices, fry them, and they season them, and they bring them out. They're so good. And the other thing that's excellent is the tartare. The beef tartare is phenomenal. They mix a little pico de gallo in there. They put an egg yolk in it. It's fresh, but it also, they don't put a cilantro in that, but it's like a pico de gallo type of thing with a little bit of green pepper, a little bit of tomato and whatever, but that's good. And what I do with the homemade potato chips, I scoop it with that. Or you could be a little more civil because the tartare comes with a little fork, you know, and you can just like be a little more freaking genteel about it. But I'm just like, whoop, I'm scooping it up like it's freaking Doritos. I don't care. So I'm paying for it. What do I care? Yeah, those are my favorites. I don't know how much you plan on spending, but they have some of the freshest shrimp you'll ever freaking taste. They do. I mean, everything's good, but those are my favorites. If you want to splurge, you know, they do the shrimp bowl with the ice and whatever, and you'll get, I think it's 2, 4, 6, you get 8 like big shrimp, like prawn level shrimp, and no fishiness, no, they're crisp, you know, they crack and they snap, you know, they're so fresh that when you bite it, they snap. That's how fresh they are. No hint of freezer burn, no hint of the journey they took from wherever. I mean, it's very, very fresh. Fresh seafood. It's at the perfect temperature. They put like a cocktail sauce and then the horseradish, and then you can mix it and blend it because I like, you know, a little more horseradish. You know, it's the freaking herb of my people, horseradish. Yeah, those are the good ones. And they make, if you want to have a drink, yeah, the seafood tower. I see Janice has put that, just popped up there. The seafood tower in and of itself is worth every freaking penny. That's some good stuff. Again, was that not some of the freshest seafood you ever ate that wasn't seaside? It was amazing. If you want to have a drink, try an old fashioned. They have like 3 or 4 different types of old fashions, up to what you want, a liquor and whatnot. You know, they have tequila, all those things, but they're good. Their bitters are freaking good. Their bitters make it. Just the right amount of sweetness and everything. Yeah. And of course you're gonna do it medium well. But okay, here's another one. If you're casual, if it's early, get a burger. As effed up as that sounds, going to Bavette's. It's not your standard burger. I don't get a burger because it's, you know, like the bun, you know, I don't eat the bun. So they make a wrap. However, they make their ground beef, their chopped cow, their chopped meat out of filet mignon and prime rib. And probably, you know, like the tails from, they make it in-house, probably the tails from the T-bones and whatever, because they got to trim it up a little bit. But it's like, it tastes like any one of their other premium steak offerings, but in burger fashion. And you get designer cheese. It's not like freaking American plastic cheese. I mean, it's good. And you combine that with those potato chips. Yeah. You know, that's it. Like if we go to Bavette's at, you know, early, say like 5 o'clock or something, 6 o'clock, and it's like, I don't really feel like eating dinner. We could probably eat at 11, but it's not really lunch anymore. Burger all the way. You know, and it's reasonable. I mean, it's not freaking, you know, $16.99, granted, because it's premium, but, and it's big. That's the other thing. You're not going to want to eat 2. It's like this, you know. It's a meal. Yeah, and they have the fries, and yeah, that's good. The other thing that you might want to ask for is their maitre d' butter. I don't know if you, maitre d' butter is basically clarified butter. If you don't know what clarified butter is, you put the butter in the pan, you boil it. Well, you bring it up to a slow boil, a slow roll boil, and what happens is the oils and the fats separate the clarified butter, and then you put it in this strainer thing, and you tip it out, and it clarifies it, like the fat, you know, nubules, whatever. I mean, I like to eat it all. However, clarified butter has a more distinct taste, and then they season it. Then they season the butter with the house spice. Oh, get the house salt. You gotta get the house salt. I mean, they'll probably put out a little bit, but get the house salt, and get one for everyone. Because you gotta go in there with your fingers, or you gotta go in there with a spoon or something, and it's like a little cup like this big. Not a Dixie cup, it's stainless steel. But you'll end up like, you know, I put it on everything. It's a mix, it's a nice mix, they sell it. but it's a mix of rock salt, probably kosher rock salt. It's got a little oregano in there. It's got some white pepper, brown pepper, some, not cumin, coriander. I mean, coriander is cumin seed, but it's and a little bit of like Italian hot pepper, you put on a slice of pizza type of thing. It's good. It makes everything pop. But in the clarified butter, they put some of that and let it, continue to slow roll boil so it infuses it. It's butter on steroids. And so if you're getting a steak, you ask for the clarified, just ask for maitre d' butter, but ask for it on the side. I don't know if you people do it or not. Everyone I've turned on to this has been like, holy shit, bro. I always, without a freaking doubt, and people used to look at me, but everyone's on board with it now. Butter your steak. Even if it's regular butter, just ask for butter. If you don't like, that's why I say, with the maitre d' butter, ask to put it on the side. In case you don't like it. It might not be your cup of tea. You don't want to put it on top of your steak and freaking paint the thing, you know what I'm saying? But just try regular butter. Regular butter on a piece of meat is decadently freaking divine. And anyone who I've ever turned on to it has been like, holy shit, where you been my whole life that I didn't know about putting butter on my freaking steak? Yeah. But like, get the maitre d' butter on the side, try a little, like, I never put anything. I don't put salt, I don't put pepper, I don't put maitre d' butter, and I don't put butter on my first bite of steak ever. Because I want to taste it. I want to see what's up, I want to get that first hit, and I'll save a couple of hits that are not painted with anything. I want to get that first hit of like, hello, respect the cow. Thank you, cow, for your contribution to my dietary concerns and needs. But after that, all bets are off. Then I start dipping it and whatnot. They got like sort of like not a bolognese. They got a couple of different like dipping sauces and whatnot. It's okay. They got gluten in them, so I'm not a huge fan. Don't put ketchup on the damn thing. But there's your rundown of the menu, I mean, I've eaten just about everything in there, but those are by far my favorites. And don't poo-poo the Brussels sprouts. If you don't like them, pass them to the person next to you. They'll be like, holy shit, Brussels sprouts are freaking awesome. And then they'll spend the rest of their lives trying to make them at home, and they won't be able to, because you can't. Anyway, so I hope I answered that question. You guys are awesome. I feed off your stuff. See, some of my chat is gone. There must have been a commercial. I don't see all the way back to where I was. Where was I? All I know is I wasn't drinking no coffee. Let's activate some coffee. Where are we at today? True Bar, the front of the Forum Shop. So we're doing some chilling. Greg Jasper, what up? 59, how you doing? What up? I gotta get all the hellos in. Kevin. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, at one time I did. I mean, those are the Resident Evil look. I always like that. I think it fits the shape of my head good. But I did get some of those Matrix ones back in the day that like clipped on but didn't have the temples. I looked like an asshole in them. I couldn't pull it off. I guess because, you gotta have the long leather jacket and walk with your hands behind you. I couldn't pull off the look, so yeah, that was done. Let me see what else is going on here. Yeah, we got a lot of regulars here. Be nice. We don't pay attention to the price at the grocery store. We want the things anyway. Yeah, I get that. I mean, I get that mentality too. It's not any mystery. I was born poor. So I've been counting pennies is, that's a tough habit to break. Like I said, my mom's used to split a can of high C into like 3 containers. We were basically drinking red water. Like, I never drank a soda, like an actual soda, like from a can, until I was like a teenager. I had no concept of it. That's why I don't drink it now, because I'm just like, we drank so much watered down, never Kool-Aid, but it was always high C. We drank so much watered down Kool-Aid that when I first got a real hit of Kool-Aid, I was just like, ew, what the hell is this? Because it was so sweet. Like, my brain couldn't freaking wrap around it. So my mother was watering down the soup and all the rest of that. So it takes me a while. But I do treat myself, once in a while. To like bavettes is what it is. I'm not cheap. I'm frugal. It's also a Swedish thing. All right, let's get back to what we was talking about. What was we talking about? Yep, Mark 1 is in Key West doing all the stuff, eating all the shrimps. Yeah, they get fresh shrimps in there. How you doing, Tom? Yeah, cilantro can be overpowering. Some people just like kill it. Cilantro and sweet potato are two things that just can dominate, they just dominate everything. There's no way to cover that up. Like, once in a while, if you go to Javier's over at Aria, they will like over cilantro shit, and it's like, no, I mean, I like cilantro. I don't like to freaking have it coming out of my pores later. Thank you very much. Asparagus with prosciutto, yeah. Ooh, yeah, with blue cheese inside. That sounds good too. Can confirm, says Janice. I hated Brussels sprouts until I went to Bavette's. Joe Hudson, how you doing? Miss Google in the house. Perseverance does pay off. I'm going all the way back. I need some motivation. Train running off the tracks feeling lately today. Go ahead, but stressing about trying to get really ahead in a short window sort of summer. What do I gotta say? What do I gotta say about that? Lean back on your successes. Lean into, like people say, what's the expression? Don't ride on your laurels or some bullshit like that. I don't believe in that expression. I think that's total bunk. Lean back into all the times that you've overcame things. You look for solutions. Look for, look, there's a way out. There's a way out. But, see, here's the thing. For me, I can't tell anyone else what to do. Sometimes I do. But for me, my base point that I start when I'm trying to solve, when I'm trying to work through something, when I have to deal with something. A friend of mine told me today, run towards your problems. That was wise. A friend of mine said, run towards your problems. Matter of fact, it was right. He said, run towards your problems. Don't walk towards your problems. Run towards them motherfuckers. Run towards your problems. Because if you start backing up, they're not going to get smaller, and they're not going to go away. They're only going to get bigger. If you run towards them, you can head them off at the pass. But my base is to start solving things and moving forward and getting out of dilemmas, and uneffing things. It starts with my own sense of thankfulness. If you don't have a sense of thankfulness for where you're at, even it'll make you realize that things are not as dismal as they seem. You got a roof over your head. You live and breathe, and obviously you have internet, because you're watching this. Just do that checkup from the neck up. Get thankful, because if you're not thankful, even if you feel you have nothing in life to be thankful for, find something in life to be thankful for. The fact that you're breathing, the fact that anything, just take inventory and find something to be thankful about. Because you cannot achieve or get anywhere in life without having a basis for thankfulness and what Janice said, gratitude for the things that are already in place in your life. It's the equivalent, if you want to get an analogy or a metaphor, of standing on the hose and trying to water the lawn or wash your car. If you don't start from the basis of that, it sounds like, sparkle coachy and whatever. Ooh, gotta be thankful and grateful. But there is something to it. Because sometimes you do feel like a piece of shit. Sometimes you do feel like an asshole. Sometimes you do feel like a fuck up. Sometimes, life just puts you back against the wall. But you gotta head towards the problem And while you're heading towards that problem, think of all the things that have gone right in your life, what you did to get there, and think of all the things you should be thankful for, all the people you should be thankful for, all the opportunities you should be grateful for, and just frickin' move. And you'll get there. I promise you, you will get there. And I will pray that you get there, because I know you can do it. Yep. There you go. Alright. Oh, Chris, you hungry again? So, oh, look, another bra commercial. We went straight from motivation to Brazilicuties. Let's check it out. Oh, okay. Alright, no, there's a difference there, kind of. Other than the fact that she looks unhappy. Oh, does that come with lights? Oh, bras with lights. Ladies, is that a thing? Alright. Where's the lights on hers? And I love all you back. And Mark, thank you. They got ladies' underwear with lights on them? I know they got the edible stuff, but I didn't know they put lights on the Brazilicuties. Any ladies have lights on your Brazilicuties? That's cool. Picture it didn't happen? No. Old joke. Oh, I gotta drink coffee. Hold on. Very true, says Miss Google. I foobarred my front tire on a rock yesterday. And you were thankful you had the cash to get yourself out of that. Exactly. Exactly. Just look back in history, the history of your life. That could have gone real bad, but I found a solution. That definitely could have gone really bad. Had I not had this money, there's so much to be grateful for. I don't care who you are. And not just the fact that you're breathing, because some people even resent them. Some people get to the place in their lives that they're sad they're even living at this point. But we all have missions, you know? Don't give up. Do not give up, because there's somebody out there that's waiting for you. Maybe not to knock boots, maybe not relationship-wise, but there's someone that you're going to touch and change their lives. I believe with all my soul and spirit that we all have 3 grand missions in our life. And we have no idea what they are and who we're going to touch. If you quit, you're jipping and screwing someone else out of something. And you have something to share. Your experience, your wisdom, the lessons you've learned. Even if you have to tell a negative story, don't do what I did. What'd you do? This. Don't do it. It might even be that. And maybe that'll give you the relief that you need to finally get that shit out of your system. For now. Why the hell did that choke me up just now? Don't know. Alright, I hit home 59. Cool. Cool. I have a short called The Felon Friendly Kitchen honoring Snoop Dogg Mother's Day. Wow. Stephen J, what's going on? Wow. What the? I don't know what just happened. That hit me a certain way. Missy Vegas. Bro, yeah, I mean, one day, that is my goal. And if I'm ever going to develop that land that I got out in Wyoming, yeah, we're going to have some, it's going to be serious. We're not going to be doing some chuck wagon stuff. That's a goal. You did? I just got that message. I don't know why. That hit different. Yeah, I guess I like perfect. Let's see. SF, great to see you too. Love tater tots in an air fryer and chicken. Don't cook. I don't cook it at the same time. Yeah, I get that. Alright, wait. I put a bowl with ranch dressing to. Ooh, that actually sounds good. SF, do I enjoy residing in Las Vegas? Most of the time. Sometimes I find it annoying. Sometimes I find the people annoying. Not the tourists per se, but life in Vegas is it's a unique experience. You got to have discipline or else. I like that it's a destination, so I get to meet people, I get to see people. You know, they're generally coming to me versus the opposite, so that's kind of convenient. There's a lot of things I like, but what I've always said is tourists look up and locals look down. And what I mean by that is tourists generally see the good, and after a while, like being a local, you start to get a little bit jaded and you start looking down. Like, damn, you know, like you're looking up at the lights saying, oh my God, look at this beautiful building. And I'm looking down going, damn, when are they gonna sweep up this broken bottle? You know, you get a little bit jaded on that level, but you know, overall, I would say I like it. Overall, I'd say I like it. I mean, the weather this time of year, I hate it. I freaking hate it. Like, the minute last week cracked around and it was in the plus 100, I was just like, I had to talk myself out of it. Stop complaining, stop dreading it, stop doing. I mean, there's things I can simply not do outside that I want to do. I want to clean out my trunk. That's going to have to wait till freaking October. You know, I just don't like it. But I just have to resign myself that, all right, I got to deal with 4 months of bullshit, and the rest of it's beautiful. Other than that, I think it's the most beautiful weather outside of living in, like, SoCal, like San Diego, where it's 75 year round or whatever. Yo, was Guguga? What? Say what? Who what? I got you. What up? What you looking at? You looking at me? Is it just me? I gotta catch up on all the chats. Appreciate and count you. So you guys are feeling what I was talking about, right? Did that hit the same way? Is there something I needed to blow off my soul at that moment that came out through my eyes? Don't quite know. Angie, member for 27 months. Don't think too much. Just do what makes you happy. Pretty much. Yeah, I hate when people say, just be, Maria Ann, your cat Zoe came back. That's awesome. All the blessings for that. Let's see. Thanks, Angie. I got so much catching up to do. You have that, bro? It works? No lights or pics? Damn. I'll take your word for it. New meaning to the word headlights. That's funny. Armor status Brazilicuties. I like saying Brazilicuties. It's a Wonderful Life. That's a great movie. You know, people like, you know, they think I joke about my affinity for Christmas and all things Christmas and whatnot, Christmasophile or whatever it is. But there's so many lessons to be garnered from a lot of it. You know, the meanings thereof, how you should be close to family, and you know, all the Wonderful Life is an intense story. Yeah. Except that Santa I Need a Man bullshit. Just stop. Lacey Grace, I don't want to really say what it is, but I am hurting, and I'm hurting pretty badly, so your message is coming to me. All right. Well, I'm going to send up you some blessings for everyone out there. Why am I choked up again? Are we like healing from something? As a group? Alright. No one's ever really cared about me, so I don't think help is on the way. I'm No, no, Laney, you're wrong. You're wrong. It might feel that way at times. I mean, I'm an interesting combination of personage. I am an introverted extrovert. I'm a loner that likes to run in a pack. You know, I'm on that level. I'm a very unique individual. I like my solitude, but sometimes I like enjoying solitude with others. You know, it's a strange dichotomy of personage that I am. And sometimes you can get to that place where you feel like alone, but we're never truly alone. Number one, whether you believe or not, irrespective, you always got someone looking out for you that cares about you more than you know. Number two, you're here. There's people here who care about you, and I care about you. I might not be able to help you in the physical realm. I can't come over and fix the leak in your kitchen sink. I can't fix your problems, but I could be a virtual shoulder to cry on, as these people can too, because we share in this group a tremendous amount of love. So you are not alone. You are not alone. And you have tremendous, tremendous value and worth. To him, to everyone here. Don't think any less. No. And we love you. Alright. I'm reading. Let's see. Eventually, the jaded local never go. Yeah, I mean a lot of locals do. There's this common thing. Locals never go to the strip. Yeah, they do. Number one. Some of it's because of the discipline thing. Because a lot of people move here thinking that they can maintain. Well, not anymore because everything's so freaking expensive. But back when I first started coming here in the '90s. In the early 2000s, holy shit. Is that all I get? Is Brazilicuddy commercials? Let's see what kind of Brazilicuddy this is. Oh, look. That's all I get. That's all I get. Maybe it's for my entertainment. See, are they not listening? They are listening. I talk about one, I get another. Now it's going to be like OF the rest of the friggin' night. Lifts and shapes. Woo. What the heck was I talking about before I got distracted by Brazilicuddys? Shiny objects? You know, like back in those days, this time you can go anywhere in town and get like a surf and turf meal with a substantial lobster and a big piece of prime rib for $9.99. Back then, it was cheaper to eat out than here. Like, so a lot of people moved here under the impression that they can maintain. Now that everything is sky freaking high, people still, I see them in the Facebook groups and whatever. They think that for some odd reason that they can maintain that tourist lifestyle. You can't. Unless you're very well off, and even if you are well off, it's going to add up. You know, you cannot sustain being a tourist here, living a tourist lifestyle, and living here at the same time. Few can. Some can, but normal people can't. You know, at some point you're just like, I mean, I got to pay freaking $30 for parking. So just to come out here, have a cup of coffee, like I always tell you that this isn't a freaking e-begging. This is going to cost me $50 just to hang out and have coffee. I mean, you can't maintain it as a lifestyle. So that's when the locals start to be like, we're good, you know. But locals still come here. Trust me. All right, let's see. Let's get back to conversation. Bras for Bror. Mikey loves Las Vegas. Mikey likes Las Vegas. It had no lights in that Brazilicuddy. What's up with that? What up, Phil? I've always said this group is special. Well, thank you, Janice. I appreciate that. You know? Wow. Does anyone else feel like 100 pounds freaking lighter? Spiritually and mentally? Is it just me? Okay. Maybe it is. I don't know. Well, all I can say about that is your ex is an ex for a reason. Yeah, I'm not gonna gas you up and say he doesn't deserve you. I don't know the circumstances and all that, but he is an ex for a reason. So yeah, wonder if you've thought about doing a drive-in chat again sometimes. Always enjoyed them. Yeah, I was thinking about that. I might. They were never my most popular, but I always thought those would be so popular because it was a combination of, you know, this, but you still got to see Vegas at the same time. You know, I had fun doing them. I didn't feel distracted at all. I had fun doing the driving chats around the strip and all the stuff. You know, this time of year, like, you know, if the weather next week supposedly is supposed to be back in the 90s, but when it's in like the 105, 110, I gotta put the air conditioner considerably high and it blows right against the speaker. But if it gets back into the 90s, I might give one a twirl and see what's up. I enjoyed doing them. That was actually fun, but you know, towards the end, like with anything else, you do one thing enough times, it becomes passe, you know? Oh yeah, another driving chat. Oh, he's gonna drive past, you know, what do you call it again? But no different from what I'm doing now. Oh, he's at True Bar again. But it is what it is. Alright, let me, I gotta check out some fan fundalization. I wanna suck this coffee down. Stephen J, some fan funding. I appreciate that very much. Every little bit helps. Every big bit, little bit. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Let me get back over to chatting activities here. Let me suck down a... Dudes don't make the best coffee. I don't like my own coffee. I could like knock on a random door in my neighborhood, and if a woman comes to the door, I'd be like, could you put the scoops of coffee in? For some reason, maybe it's an aura, maybe it's a body chemistry, but when a woman makes coffee, to me, maybe I'll put it to the test one day. I could almost taste the difference between a woman making coffee and a guy making coffee. Don't know why. Oh, Sammy, if you're still around, if you're a coffee drinker, holy shit. Going back to Bavette's, they have French pressed coffee. It's French press coffee, and you know where it comes from? Get the French press. You know, it just comes out in the thing, and I can't F that up. It comes from Japan. It comes from Japan. It's one of the only coffee people that Japanese coffee exporters. It is phenomenal coffee. I put it on par with this, with True Bar's coffee. Yeah, you'll be doing yourself a disservice. And if you want a good dessert, going back to the Bavette's conversation, they have an outrageously good once or twice I've suffered the effects of gluten just to eat it. Level delicious chocolate mousse pie. Wow. What up, Stephen Z? Joe Q, what's going on, brother? I can make some motor in the percolator. Percolated coffee's good. I rue the day. I gave away, I had a Farberware percolator, you know, the old school one with the glass in the top and whatnot, and I gave it away. That was foolish. It was an old one. I think it was like my grams or something. And I got another one, and it didn't quite percolate the same. Didn't taste quite the same. Yeah, women, Mary, you make good coffee. Yeah, women, I don't know. It's a Zen thing. Women just make better coffee than dudes. I don't care. Turf and Taps, yeah, the same way. Yeah, I mean, How difficult is it? I can watch someone. We could have two identical machines and go scoop for scoop. She puts one in, I put one in, random woman, and I'll be just like, oh yeah, that was mine. You can blindfold me, I'll be like, oh yeah, that was mine. I mean, it's not terrible, it's not like horrible, but it's just, maybe I just like getting served. Might be something to that. But I could do it blindfolded, I bet. I don't know. I gotta think about that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. I bet your wife's coffee's awesome, you know. And when she gives you a cup of coffee, like you could be in the middle of a fight and she freaking wrecked the car or, overdrafted the account and whatnot. And she, you're like, hey, blah blah blah, and you go in the room or whatever. You don't want to talk to her, and she walks in with a cup of her coffee, and it's like, all right, come here, sit down. Right? Am I wrong? Am I right? I'm right. I'm right. Coffee and boobies fix a lot of stuff. Anyway. Alright. Well, what else are we talking about here? AJ, what's happening? Yeah, Japanese coffee. I didn't know they freaking had coffee. You think tea. And, Japan does have that variety of, it's a small country, but it has diverse climate. They have mountains, they have this, they have that. Yeah, it makes sense. But, good. Hell yeah. Yeah, the old school Farber West Steven that's the joint. I mean, it was so old. I think it was my grams. Like even the glass. I mean, glass, it was so old the glass started to yellow. I mean, how old does something have to be for a clear piece of glass that, the thing on the top that you can see it perking? I mean, I remember that as a kid. Just smelling, even if it's just air freshener. Even if I never drank the percolated coffee, it just permeates the house and yeah. Who needs potpourri when you got a friggin' percolator, It just smells delicious. If you like coffee. Dark chocolate is good for you. Yeah, Vegas guy, I use the K-Cups. Yeah, well, I got the K-Cup jams too. But what I do is I got one of those things, like the refillable K-Cup, the washable ones or whatever. I got like 2 or 3 of them. And you put it in there. So, because I'm frugal like that. But then I could put the coffee I want in there. Sometimes I could blend it. I put a little Sumatra. I put a little, whatever. Some store-bought shit. And I make the blend that I want. And it makes a difference. If you put the Sumatran on the top or you put the Sumatran on the bottom, sometimes if it's a frickin' 114 degrees out, I don't want the full-blown, caffeine hit because, I don't want my pulse going up to 160 walking down the block in this shitty weather. So I kind of temper it a little bit. Yeah, I might use some of the weaker blends. Or I'll admit, sometimes I'll put a little decaf in it just to cut down the caffeine activities. And this time of year, no coffee goes to waste. Never, ever, ever. What do I do with it? Toss it in the freezer. Whatever it is. Like if this was left over and I'm like looking around, I toss that shit in the freezer. In like 2 hours it's a little iced coffee. And what I do is I bust it up with a fork, like a real fork like this, one that can't bend, and I'll go in there and I'll bust it up like this, and I pour a little bit of almond milk in there, and just chop it up like that, and you got a little frickin' smoothie. No coffee goes to waste. At least not in the summer. The Lavazzo, Lavazzo Express machine. Some of those espresso machines, like you go to, like the designer stores, like when you go to little villages and stuff. I think I took you to one in Summerlin. Some of them things are like frickin' $5,000 for a frickin' coffee machine. Am I getting another bra commercial? Oh, it's not a bra commercial. It's how to use ChatGPT to start your own business. That's the commercial I'm getting right now. Oh, we got to talk about passwords real quick. We got time. It's early. milk frother is the jam. I gotta show, maybe I'll put a picture of it up on the Facebook group. If you're not a member of the Facebook group, I'll let you in, as long as you're not an a-hole. I got an Instapot version. It heats and froths, or it can make cold froth or warm froth. Both are good. Yeah, no coffee left behind, Dave. Yeah, coffee is friggin' expensive. No joke. I make weak coffee, go for volume in the morning. Yeah. My second cup, I go for strength. The first cup is just, that's for the addiction. The very first one, it's all about the addiction. Oh, I need my first cup of coffee. And how would I say? The constitutional effects. You know what okay, we're gonna be real, because we've been real this whole entire time. You know what the other benefit of being carnivore and low carbs? Because when you're on the proteins, your body consumes most of them. When you're on the carbs, it's just like, if you eat a pound of stuff, eat a pound of carbs, let's say, eat a pound of pasta. Yeah, I'm ready, bro. Let me just kill that off. No good coffee goes to waste.
No, this is true. What do you need, the green ones or this one?
Perfect.
All right.
Yeah, so that's it.
I'll get you a whole new setup. I'll be right back.
All right. Thanks, bro. Appreciate you. What the hell are we talking about? Oh, I was going to tell you something weird. Like, if you eat a pound of pasta, 8 ounces, once your body draws whatever it needs from that pound of pasta, there's 8 ounces of whatever left over. So you're a lean, mean machine when you go carnivore. Like, once a day would be max. Maybe every 2 days. That's kind of cool. So you save on TP. Big time. Just saying. Refillable K-Cups. You're right, Chris? And I don't feel guilty talking. Yeah, I know. There's something about that. Yeah, I agree. I mean, once in a while I'll get some K. Like the Dunkin' Donuts K-Cups. Once in a blue moon, I'll do that. But you know what? With the K-Cups, sometimes I don't feel it comes out strong enough. I'll put it on like the 6 ounce setting and the max setting, comes out the same. It's not. It doesn't quite do it for some reason. I'm thinking the same things as right. It's more of the Love Vase. You getting ads for purses, Mary? I'm getting ads for bras. I think I'm a chick. Let's talk about V6 Ford engines. I had one in a Mustang 2 once, and it was slow. That's all I know about. Keeps you regular for sure. Let's see what else we're talking about. What's going on there, Victor? Americano. Alright, I think I gotta re-trigger my chat. I think talking about... Hello, ladies.
Hello.
How you doing?
How are you doing?
Yeah, I am.
Fuck yeah, I love it.
What, you want to say hello?
Hey, do you know?
Do I know who?
Do you know if we have to buy something in the store?
No, I actually know the people here, so I'll make it okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Hmm?
Wait, can I say hi?
No.
He has a setup.
You can? As long as you're not shouting out OF or your IGs.
No.
Oh.
Because a lot of people do that. Okay.
No, wait, can we just wave and say hey?
Absolutely.
We're not doing IGs.
Audience,
It's okay if we have
ladies.
Actually, don't follow me on IG.
Hey, what's your name? What's your YouTube?
Bror. B-R-O-R. Bror?
Bror?
Yeah.
Hi,
Look
Bror.
me up. All right, we'll get the top down, ladies.
Happy
You know
Bror.
Wonderful.
Hell yeah.
Thank you, ladies. What's your names?
Thank you.
Sydney?
I'm Tatum.
Tatum?
Nice to meet you.
Emily.
Emily?
And this is also Sydney.
And Sydney hiding in the back. How you doing, Sydney?
I'm good.
Good.
Wait, it's Bror. Nice to meet you.
Bror. B-R-O-R.
And I hope we
BROR.
Please do. Yeah, you're live now. You're here for
We're
posterity.
live?
Yeah. We
We're
got
Oh shit! I thought you were
almost 200 people are looking at you right now. Sweet.
200. I need to be like 2,000.
Well, with you on here, all these beautiful ladies, there goes the viewer count right there.
Big ass drink.
Where the hell did you get that?
Dude.
It's the size of the birthday girl.
All right.
Yeah, the birthday girl said I need the
Holy
largest
cow.
one. Give me the same
What'd
size.
they charge you for that, if you don't mind me asking?
$62, and we got an
Holy
extra
shit.
floater.
Oh, well, that's
Okay,
This?
okay.
Oh,
To be
yeah.
honest, we went to Tout earlier, the pool club, and we paid $63 for a drink this big, a frozen margarita.
One.
So I'm like, I paid
nuts.
$63 for this.
You hear that? And
know
an
what?
arm workout. So you can get buff
at
while
the
you
gym
There
and the
you
gym.
go.
Yeah.
We're sharing. We're sharing.
All right.
It's sorry. You do you.
It's all good.
Thank you so much.
So nice to meet you.
Same here, ladies.
You have
Thanks,
a great
man.
time.
Too. Alright, I got a coffee to build. I'll keep the camera over there. Oh, he's steamed it this time. Alright, let's build some coffee. What are we talking about? See the size of that frozen drink? Holy shit. Alright, 1 sugar down, 2 going in.
Because they said that it was 5%. Well, they said it was 5%.
Oh yeah, that would be terrible. Yeah, I hear you. Hope that's not the case. Alright.
We asked.
Do you actually think I remember their names? I don't. I'm so bad with names. I should have jotted them down. And where were you? And what was your name? Oh, it's a Bror. Alright, we gotta talk about something real quickly. Oh, Phil, I'm gonna check that out in a second. Yeah, what up? Oh, supposedly, some of my Amazon shit showed up. I got a new bathtub tray. Yeah, we're all about the TMI today. I got a new bathtub tray, you know, like it goes across, it like extends a bit, like this, and you put the iPad, and you got the drink holder and all that other shit. Because we were talking, like last night, was it last night? We were talking about like taking long-ass, freaking relaxing-ass baths. So that got me thinking. So it was like $16. How could I say no to something that was $16 and it was like originally like $57 or something? I was like, all right, good, I'll get it. All right, what are we talking about? One was I think it was Sydney. Barbie and Sydney. Bro, got action. Bet you wish you could. Wish they all could be California girls. Alright, I gotta go back in comments now. I'll be looking at ladies. All the ladies in the place with style and grace. Better check some ID. That's funny. I'm checking out your comments. Took 50 now, 7,000 to fix. What's running good now after several thousand months? Had a BP taken at defense. 124 over 74. That's not bad. That's actually pretty good. I'm okay with that. Chris says car just turned 100,000 miles right at the point where the water pump goes. Yeah, that's called research and development. R&D teams like, you can't have water pumps less than 100,000. You know? Alright, what else? Alright, I'm surprised there's no more girly comments. Oh, very good, Angie. And see, women are better at coffee and remembering people's names. 2 Sydneys, Tatum, and an Emily. Deal. Alright, so what I do have to talk about, Chris, that's funny. Yeah, this, but you know, the one that Sydney 2 in the back, Anyway, but they're gonna come look at themselves later anyway, so we're not gonna talk about it. Okay, what I do have to talk about before I demolish this freaking coffee, we got a good, we got time. We got over a half hour, I think. What we do got to talk about, besides what we've already covered so far, is change your freaking passwords on everything you can possibly imagine now. I don't know if everyone's aware. They're not making a huge deal about it, so I'm going to give you some other information and advice hopefully now. The largest data breach in history occurred in conjunction. I don't want to tie them together yet, so let's just talk about the data breach. Almost every Google password, almost every Facebook password, almost every IG password, almost every Microsoft password, and they're not even telling you the crux of it. 16 billion users, not 16 billion passwords. 16 billion users' information was just hacked and covered. Now, but there's only 8 billion people on the planet. Well, if you're like me, you got 7 accounts. You're not using the same information. I'm the equivalent of 10 people. All your shit's gone. All your stuff is now compromised. And don't matter who you are, what you are, whatever. Your shit's compromised. But what could they do with my Facebook? Who cares if they got my Facebook? Oh, am I getting another bra commercial? Oh, damn. What is this? How to draw people's faces like a pro? Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Okay. All right. Suppose you ever bought anything off of Facebook. They get into your account. Now they have access to your credit card information. Google. If you've ever paid for something on Google, extra storage, let's say your credit card number is housed there. Is it completely obfuscated? To a degree. Apple, every Apple user's password is now out there. Your Apple account information is out there. Thank you, the sword. I try. I try not to be a know-it-all, but if I'm awake, I'm learning about something. That's one thing I got going on. Do I want to allow Compass to use my location? No. You got enough of my information. Change your shit right away. Right away. I cannot emphasize this enough. Change everything. First, make a list of every password, like just the names. Just put the name and associate it with it. And prepared, it's going to be, I'm still not complete changing all my passwords. Because I do two-factor authentication too. If you don't know what that is, learn about it. You need two-factor authentication. Change everything. Everything you can think of. All your emails, all your banking, your Apple account, your Google accounts, your Microsoft accounts. Dare I say, if you're into crypto, change that shit. You shouldn't have your crypto on a freaking exchange anyway. I don't want to keep beating people up over the head with it, but you should not be storing your crypto on Coinbase or any other one of them, because if they get hacked, you're hacked. There's no security there whatsoever. Get it onto a hard wallet ASAP. Sans that, think about every password. Look at your phone. Scroll up. And look at all your programs. I don't want to press a program. Look at all your programs and figure out what you're using. Change your passwords on everything. And I hate to tell you, but it's like, oh, why should I change my password on? Let me just pick a random program real quick. Why should I change my password on Yahoo Finance? I don't keep any money on Yahoo Finance, but I don't do this. So I'm just saying I'm being inclusive. How many people out there use the same password for a lot of shit? Shouldn't be doing that easy. So if they got the password to one, you better believe they're going to try it for your, you might be using the same password on a lot of things. So this stupid bullshit Yahoo Finance account that has no money in it, I just, signed up so I can get freaking up to the date stock information. If I use the same password to secure my Bitcoin, I'm kind of fucked. So this is your opportunity to clean up your digital life before it hits the fan. Just everything. You must do it. It's not even a question of if. Your information, your passwords have been compromised. 16 billion. You think you're lucky or special that you weren't included? If you have an Apple phone, if you have an iPhone, if you have an iPad, if you have to have an Apple account, you're compromised. You are currently compromised. No ifs, ands, or buts. If you have a Gmail, if you have a Samsung phone, you're compromised because that runs on the Google backbone. You're compromised. No ifs, ands, or buts. You must change your shit now. Find out what two-factor authentication is. Like that, a password, always check. You want to set up 2FA, two-factor authentication. Never. Now we're going to get serious here. Never, ever, ever use text as an option. Never. I could explain to you the myriad and millions of reasons why you shouldn't. It's convenient. Oh, where they text you the 6-digit code and then you go back to the website and you enter it in there. That is so insecure, I cannot begin to tell you, because your text messages are very vulnerable to interception. However, email is your other option. Email is the best option. It's more inconvenient, takes a little longer, it's not as instantaneous. Sometimes you wait and it ended up in spam, yada, yada, yada. But more secure because that's protected with yet another password. Don't do two-factor authentication via text because it's called SIM swapping. You'll get jacked up. But change everything. Start as soon as possible. Start yesterday. Start now. Just make a list first and go through it. Never, ever, ever take pictures. You listening to me now? I hope so. We covered this on, when I had the studio show going on. Never take pictures of your passwords. Never. Because you know what? When your phone gets compromised, they'll be looking through that. They algorithmically, they will find those passwords that you took pictures of. Because you don't want to remember your password, so you're taking pictures of them. Bad idea. Bad idea. Putting your seed phrase for your Bitcoin, taking a picture of it, bad idea. What you want to do is just go old school, analog, paper and pen, and put that in a fireproof safe or whatever.
No, she has some. I think we just needed to stop for some water. We need to stop for some water. Thank you.
I might have to tip him extra because I did tell him to sit down. And they just asked for water. Well, I'll take care of it. He's going to get a $20 tip anyway, you cut it. But yeah, change your passwords, please. You've been compromised. We've all been compromised. Now we're going to get into the tie-in part that we were talking about. A refresher is appropriate. It's time to do it. Change every password. Start with the list of the most important to the least important. That way you get the important ones right at banking, top of the list. No, okay. Social media first, in case your banking information is in your social media. If you ever made a purchase through Facebook or through Google, you paid 99 cents for, that app upgrade or some bullshit, or you needed more storage space for 99 cents. They have your credit card information. Duh. Start with your social media. If you have an Apple account, start with your social media, your Apple account, your Google account, which is Gmail, your Microsoft. Then immediately go to all your banking. all your banking or your crypto or whatever, and then start working your way down the other ones. And do not use the same password for everything. You could use a password generator. I wouldn't do, Rover 1968. I wouldn't use like your car 69 Camaro. Don't do that stupid shit. Because that's one, it's hackable or whatever. Brute force hacking. Come up with unique passwords for everything. Sorry. It's the world we live in. I know it sucks and I know it's inconvenient and no, you're not going to remember them all, but commit them to paper and put them in a very, very safe place. Is Google Password Manager sufficient? In most cases it is, for my less crucial things, but I never, ever, 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 I cannot stress this enough, I don't ever let Google Password Manager, Apple Password Manager, or none of those freaking things store my banking information. Seriously? You gonna use 69 Camaro? I was gonna use 69 just because it's a cool number. Dude, 69. Just don't. Don't let them. Why would I trust Google? They've just been hacked. I'm gonna trust them to store my passwords for my banking? Oh, don't do that. It's inconvenient. You gotta go into your little fireproof safe, whatever, and believe me, after a while, your primary shit that you get to a lot, you will remember, ABC 123 apostrophe $FU. You'll start to remember that after a while. Yeah, change your OF password. Streaming services, they haven't said that they're compromised. They have not said that they're compromised as of yet. I haven't heard none of that. However, there's the thing. It depends on your proclivity to reusing passwords. That's what it all depends on. If you know for a fact you use different passwords for everything in your life, then probably very little to do. But if you've commingled passwords at any given time, just because it's easy to remember your dog's name, your man, your woman, and 69 in the middle or something like that, and it's just easy for you to remember, you can just rattle it off. If you reused it, I would change everything. I mean, you can't be too safe. It's a good idea to change your passwords, every so often too. Like in my business, in the software world, we have to be what's called SOC 2 compliant, which is everyone changes their password every freaking 30 days. There's security protocols. So yeah, you've been compromised. Now, getting into, password one, like LastPass is pretty good. I mean, what I use too to house some of my passwords, and I've used it in the past. It's not the only one I use, but actually, believe it or not, this wasn't a setup, but there's a link in the description for Proton Mail. Proton has a very good password management utility, and it's cheap. It's like $50 for the whole year or whatever. Anyway, never been hacked. Well, LastPass has been hacked. Go figure. Anyway, now, I'm getting a Vegas commercial. Getting your teeth replaced in 24 hours and while you're on vacation in Vegas? You're gonna come here and get your teeth ripped out? That's some crazy shit. Anyway, alright, getting back to the tinfoil hat activities. Okay. Some people say this hack, some people say the entire conflict between Israel and Iran is based on this hack. There's a theory out there that Iran, what's the proper way to say, like, people get pissed off when you say Iran, so you're supposed to say Iran? I don't know, whatever. Some people say it started off with a hack, that Iran hacked Israel. and got a whole bunch of data, including all 16. Now, why does... I can't get too... I don't want to get black bag. I'm happy. I'm positive. I don't plan on... Okay, let's get that out of the way. Some people say that why did they have 16... Oh, it's the N part, the Ron part. Got it. Thank you. Some people say, why the heck were they a repository for all these passwords? It begins with an S, an M has a couple of S's in the middle and a D on the end. That's what some people say, not me. Yeah, some people say, I ran so far away, couldn't get away. Okay, so the situation is, it's still asking me if I want to use my compass. Okay, so some people say this whole conflict between those two countries is based on this hack. And the story about the 16 billion passwords might not be 100% accurate. It might be a more obscure way of saying that this place had a whole bunch of data that this place now has. And why would we want to go and fly some B-1s over the other place and assist these people? It's none of our business in making them go kaboom. What kind of data is out there? Things that make you go, that's a tie-in with that situation. You know what else happened? Correspondingly, so after this hack that the Ron people did on the real people, yeah, okay, that's what we'll do it. You know what I'm saying? The real, the is, and the I, and the Ron, okay. So after this hack was completed, supposedly there was some, a little bit of blackmail activity or a little bit of we got all this shit. And that's what kind of kicked this off. But what the other part of these stories that you're not hearing is, do you know that I haven't even touched this. I gotta get caffeinated. Class. Okay. They're not showing the extent of actually as what's taking place. You know the real, the is, their equivalent of Wall Street and all their, I'm sure it's redundant and they have backups, but it got blown up. It went boom. It went boom. That Wall's like, imagine if our Wall Street, with all its corresponding computers and software and records, just went boom. Theirs went boom. It's no longer there. That's pretty freaking catastrophic on any level, if you think about it. I keep pressing my compass button. Shut up. Did I miss something? Yeah, I think I missed something. Something was taking place. All right. So yeah, there's a lot of shit we don't know, and something is definitely amiss, and something is definitely afoot. So the general advice right now, I mean, I hope we don't get involved. I think that would be dumb. I mean, do I support either one of them? No. Do I just a lot of people blindly support, one side? I don't necessarily. I don't, if you're a good Christian, you'll automatically support this side or that. I don't know about all that. It's none of our business no. I don't do anything by default because I'm supposed to, that's, no. I call shenanigans. I'm changing all my passwords. I'm going to make sure my bug-out bags are good. I'm going to make sure I have a good water supply and some iodine pills. I mean, I don't want this to go down. I don't want WW3 to kick off on any level. But yeah, I support myself. I'm a great supporter of women. Just like a Brazilicutty. Alright, what else are we talking about here? Ginger garlic bean sauce. Oh, that sounds good. That's what I thought too. I mean, you see those pictures of like, you know, they've been doing like a lot of memes with like, look at Iran in the 70s and today. I mean, they were having like bikini contests back in the 70s, you know, before it went like, yeah, Sammy, be prepared. I mean, okay. We went from being like light to a little bit like deeper. I don't know if I'm prepared to go full blown yet, but it's not far-fetched to assume that sometime this year, due to geopolitical shit going on, that there's an event on our soil. It's not far-fetched. So think about that. Think about where you are. Think about it, you know, crowds, shit like that. Just don't be surprised whether whoever initiates it. I wouldn't be quick to judge like we were in the other event. Yeah, I don't even want to go there. I think you know what I'm saying. So just be careful because we good. Yeah, and the files are coming out. I ran so far away. Is Tangent safe to use again? Supposedly it is. Supposedly, on a software level, they have fixed that glitch. That the Tangent hardware wallet where you store your Bitcoin was basically, the glitch wasn't all that extravagant or all that complicated. Basically, the glitch was, for some reason, if you were a new user and you contacted support, if it was the second time, third time, fourth time, 10th time you contacted support for any reason, it didn't happen. But if you were if you were a new user who contacts support for the first time, it would transmit your seed phrase to tech support, insecure, not non-secured. That's nuts. It was just a glitch, like when they were thinking through the whole thing, you know, because there's so many layers of security, there's so many layers of thought process that just skipped right on through. But yeah, that was a simple fix. But yeah, I guess I would trust them again. It's a good idea to have several. I mean, even if you only have, you know, a tenth of a Bitcoin, a fifth of a Bitcoin, it's good to split them up too. You know, I'm a big fan of splitting them up too. You know, and you know, a lot of these ones, you know, they have like, you know, I don't even want to go there quite yet. But yeah, it's not good to talk about your coin holdings all that much. Just saying. Has anyone ever asked just what the nation of God's Yeah, I mean, there's validity to that. I mean, some people would say they are... Damn, I can't talk about it. Yeah, all I'm saying... Okay, let me just sum it up this way. Do not blindly agree that, you know, don't blindly take an approach of who's the good guy or who's the bad guy in any conflict, especially this one, because you don't know. You weren't there, so I'm not going to support any of them. I'm waiting for the old, oh my goodness, Earl, yeah. Our Earl was coming down. I mean, the gas price here in Vegas went all the way down to $2.89 for like 3 days, and now it's back up to $3.69. What the hell happened with that? But thankfully, because I do, now that I'm Carnivore, I don't have to I do most of my shopping in Smith's. You know, when the meat goes on sale, I stock the refrigerator, so I gain points. I got 40 cents off a gallon, you know, so it brought down my, I think I paid $2.99 or something like that, which wasn't bad. Yeah, just, thank you, Thomas. Wise words, bro. Yeah, don't blindly follow anyone's bullshit, you know? Yeah, I mean, you know, it's like getting a, you know, people say getting to heaven is the same way. You know, would you want to follow someone, you know, because they're a famous preacher or, you know, all this other stuff, get to heaven, find out they were wrong? You know, it's like, shit, I picked the wrong team, you know? No. Do your own research. Do your own, critically think, you know, critically think. Don't just side with people who agree with you or your political or geopolitical or religious beliefs. Don't just automatically side. Put some thought into it, because the world isn't quite what you think it is. You know, like, we don't know what's really good. This could be a simulation, you know, and God's just waiting to take us home. But that's a whole nother subject. One day, I do want to sit down somewhere and discuss they keep walking back and forth, one by one, going to the bathroom. I do want to discuss my concept of heaven. It might be very eye-opening. I don't think people are truly ready for that conversation, but it might be really eye-opening. You know? Like, do assholes get to heaven? I got a theory about that. If you can't stand your ex, if you absolutely cannot stand your ex, but they're basically a good person, are you going to run into them in heaven? I got an answer for that. I got answers for all that. I might be wrong, but I don't think I am. But I got answers. I got answers. Yeah, it's definitely a matrix. It's definitely there. No ifs, ands, or buts. Alright, let me check fan fund delay. Oh, I never sent Mark 1 hearts. I didn't even acknowledge that super chat. I'm sorry. Nice to see you from the land of no stress. $5 towards my Thailand trip, November to February. That's the real weather. I do appreciate that. That just popped up. And I appreciate you guys just supporting my efforts in general. I'm not ready to go quite yet, but I am going to drink this coffee. I know that if I get up, I have to, like, engage in this conversation. I really don't want to. It's just nice knowing I could. But I don't want to. Guys do not make good coffee. Dude made me yet another coffee. I mean, it's the milk. Maybe it's the milk to coffee rate. I don't know what it is. It's just it's a chi thing. I think it's a chi thing. Females have coffee chi, right? You got coffee chi. Yeah, I'm getting caffeinated now. But I got my work cut out for me. The next week is going to be bonkers. Next week's probably going to be like 100 hours. It's going to be bonkers coming up lately. But dust will be settling. I'll still be doing the live streaming and whatnot. So yeah, I'm excited. But I thought that was. I hope everyone enjoyed today's conversation. I hope everyone enjoyed yesterday too. I like doing the midweek. Thank you, 59. I like doing the midweek checking out Bellagio too. Bellagio's always been so accommodating to me. I feel very at home there. And you can tell by the vibe, you know, that everything, they chill with me, I'm chill with them. So yeah, I like doing the midweek Bellagio thing. It's convenient for me to get in and get out as well. But I do gotta find, you know, do some alternate venues. I mean, we still gotta check out the World Series of Poker again, but they were kind of assholes this year about filming. You know, filming. Like, what's film? Who uses film? It's just so generic, and it's not film, it's live, all this thing. Last year we had unfettered access. I mean, I was hanging out on the rails and, you know, everything. You know, I was sticking. Nobody gave a shit. This year, no. They were like, security was like, nope, can't come in here, can't come in there, gotta shut down. They were like, shut that off, shut that off. I don't like going through that. I don't like dealing with the negative energy of, you know, telling security guards to eat a bag. You know, it's not worth it. But I do want to find some other places we could sit down. We might go to Fontainebleau next week. Fontainebleau. Just doing someone was just doing a parade wave. Might go to Fontainebleau. next week. Except I'm gonna have to bring my own coffee because their coffee there is disgusting. I mean, it's not even bad. It's freaking disgusting. All right, Joe, what do you gotta say? Joe, Lord of the Rings with the 5 Bananaramas. I'm gonna heart it and I'm gonna like it. It's the future. Your submissive sweetheart AI bot wants a big wedding. Will you make her happy? She's an accountant and she wants a joint account. That's a multi-pronged question. Big wedding. I mean, okay. I would have to put that back on myself. My circle is not that big that I would have to have a big wedding. So that would be presumptive that most of the people would be on her side of the aisle. I wouldn't feel compelled to fit the bill. I would more or less do something small and intimate. That would just be my preference. If that was a deal breaker for her, then she's not submissive. You know, I mean, to make her happy, if I don't make her happy, a big wedding is not going to make her happy. She should be wanting to make me happy, you know, more than I'd be, like, engaging. You know what I'm saying? The whole premise of being submissive is not being demanding, you know, looking to please. So, yeah, that null avoids a lot of that conversation. She's an accountant and wants a joint account. I don't mind setting up a joint account. It won't be the only account. That's number one. Number two, most likely, I'd be semi-adverse to engaging with a woman in a professional field. Women in the professional field, from a psychological standpoint and from a study standpoint, are the most likely to cheat and be unloyal. And that boss babe energy would make me freaking nuts. I mean, if she happened to be an accountant, but, you know, it depends. I'd have to vet it. If she was like, you know, sitting in the basement with one of the freaking hats with the green visor and a banker's light, that'd be different. But if sometimes she's going to be like hanging out with Chad at the freaking water cooler too. She works for a firm. So yeah, I have almost a natural distrust for women in professional capability, in professional careers. I think most guys do, to be honest. It's not because we're intimidated. It's just more problematic because of the boss babe energy. You know, that boss babe energy is grotesque. I'm a boss babe. I'm strong and independent. You know, I'm this, I'm that, and I'm woman, human. All the things come with those. You know. So, hope that answers your question. And I'm not shopping anyway, so it doesn't matter. Joint accounts, yeah. Joint account that sits, you know, some money in the middle and everything after that, whatever. But all women set up separate accounts too. That's just the nature of the female activities. Why do women always have that, like, escape fund going on? Guys should do that too. Yeah, I mean, I think Joe's... Marie Belle. I think Joe's questions tend to annoy people, but I find them interesting, you know? I find them interesting because it gets me. You too.
Tell me your YouTube name again.
Bror, B-R-O-R.
B-R-O-R.
You got it. All right, I'll see you there. All right. I'm with 20 plus a day. Yeah. What, AI? I wonder if, yeah. We should open a club that, you know, like when we get the bots, we should open a club with just bot just bots. Because it won't be problematic. They won't be taking personal days. And they can work 24/7. How about that? The world's first bot booby club. Whoa, did I just come up with an idea or what? Holy cow, that's genius. And then guys could be like, it's really not cheating. It's a freaking machine. How could you be jealous of a machine? I don't know. No, I would never marry a robot. I won't clean my house. They came up with a robot today, and it's muscular, like they put like a skin job on it, and it shows all the human anatomy and whatever. Like back when I was in the bodybuilding days, with all the freaking cords, everything looks like guitar strings. It looked gross. You know, I wouldn't want that wandering around my house. I want something like, I want a fembot, but I wouldn't lay with one. that's weird. But it'd be nice for companionship, you know? Don't say no. What else can you put a freaking low jack on your woman except a bot, you know? Just saying. All right, people. I do have to get going. Oh, look at me. I'm only at 87 with all that caffeine. That's cool. My heart's functioning good. All right, I'm going to get going. I will see you guys Monday. I appreciate everyone who contributed to the coffee/parking fund. If you super chatted, if you cash out the Venmo, I'm not going to see that till later, so I'll thank you next week, but I do appreciate that in advance. And check out links. Oh, there's a link also down there from my buddy's book, Down to the Wire. There's a link down there. I stripped any kind of commission activity out of it, but there is a link down there to go check it out. The hardcover book. I'll do a review on it, but it's worth it. I'm not just saying it because it's a friend or I have a vested interest in it. It's just a good fucking book. So yeah. And I love you guys, and I can't wait to see you guys again. Hope you have a wonderful, safe weekend, and I'm gonna do the same. And I'm gonna invite you to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell button, all the stuff. But you did that already. And on that note, Bror Fredrik out.